start our next lesson in math, and we're actually jumping back one lesson to lesson 99. So you should be on page 644 in your book, page 644. And we're jumping back because this is where this one makes sense to me for us to do it. If you look at the title, the top of page 644, it says adding and subtracting whole numbers and decimal numbers. Okay, so we're adding and subtracting decimals but mixed in with whole numbers. So the key in adding and subtracting fractions is always making sure your decimals line up. We're going to be spending time over the next few days adding and subtracting decimals. This is just our first lesson in it. We'll keep doing more of it. Okay, so remember the key, line up your decimal points. If you've lined up your decimal points, your answers will be correct. If you don't line up the decimal points, they will be wrong, okay? And I know you're good at adding and subtracting. You've been doing that for many, many years. So the trickiest thing being added right now is this decimal point. Make sure they line up. Take a look at the example at the top of page 646. They give us a little word problem there, but I'm just really wanting to see the numbers part of it. But let's read it. It says, a computer that began a complex task 8 minutes ago needs 24.6 minutes altogether to complete the task. In how many minutes will the task be complete? Okay, so we're going to take 24.6, 24 and 6 tenths, and we need to subtract from it 8, okay, to get an answer. Here is the part where you just have to think about where is the decimal point, because all the problems you're getting today in the book are written out horizontally like this. You're going to have to rewrite them on your lined paper. You may want to flip your paper to the side so that your lines go up and down to keep columns. That's up to you. But you would need to rewrite this. 24.6. I need to take 8 away from it, but the question would be, do I put the 8 here, here, or here? So I want you to think about the number 8. If I was going to write that with a decimal point in it, I could add 0.0 to it, and would it change the value? Not at all. So when you think about it that way, you know then where to put it. You're going to put it right here, 8.0. Now I can subtract. Does that make sense? So now I'll subtract 6 minus 0 is 6. I bring down my decimal point, keep it straight. I can't take 8 away from 4, so I'm going to have to borrow. 14 take away 8 is 6. 1 take away nothing is still 1. So the answer is 16 and 6 tenths. 16.6, 16 and 6 tenths. Does that make sense? So when you have a whole number, just remember, if you have a whole number 7, that's the same as 7.0. Or if you have 5, that's the same as 5.0. Okay? When you think of it that way, these problems should be easy for you. Okay? All right, let's do one together. Let me write your assignment down here first. You're going to be doing the lesson practice in the book. It is page 646, and you are doing A through L. Just checking that there is something below K. It's A through L, and then you're doing the lesson 99 worksheet. Okay? Let's take a look at A. 4.3 plus 2. 4 and 3 tenths plus 2. Okay? Now, remember, to help keep this straight, just add to this 0.0 to your 2. 2.0 is the same as 2. So now we can add these up. We know where to put the 2 because it's going to line up. 3 plus 0 is 3. I bring down my decimal, keep them all lined up straight. 4 plus 2 is 6. So the answer is 6.3. There is A, your first one. I want you to do that same process with each of these numbers that they give you. Turn each whole number into a decimal number by adding 0.0 after it. and then you'll know where to line it up. Line your decimals up as you write out your addition or subtraction problem, okay? So do all the ones there in the lesson practice, and then you have a few more here on your worksheet. I actually want to do one more problem with you, and I'm seeing one on the worksheet that's a good one. Number 2 on the worksheet. Okay, let's take a look at that one. Number 2. Oh, you might not be able to see this nice green ink on here, so let me write with a dark pen. Number 2 says 8 minus 3 67/thousandths. Well, is 8 bigger than 3.67? Absolutely it is. So we know we can subtract it from it. All you have to do is remember to add 0.00 to the 8, and now you know what to do, okay? You're going to borrow from the 8, make it a 7, make that a 10. Now you're going to borrow from that one and make it a 9 and make that one a 10, and you're just going to subtract, okay? Does that make sense? All right. Happy adding and subtracting. Make sure your decimals are lined up, and you should do super well on this. All right? Let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.